So I got in a conversation today, and the woman, honestly, I bless her heart, honestly thinks that food prices are not going to go up. She thinks that this is the highest they're going to go. I tried to explain to her that that was not the case, that they're absolutely going to go up even more. And I told her there are things that like we have to buy. There's something we had to buy that 2 years ago cost us $24. Last year was about $46. This year it is costing us $96. Okay. Local farmer, 50 head of cattle. It's costing him $8,000 a month to feed them. Please understand, food prices are going to go up. You want to act like it's the farmer's fault. It is not the farmer's fault. We're barely making it to grow the stuff so you guys are able to get it in August, September, October. Okay? Guys, this is not going away. Stop sticking your head in the sand and thinking, oh, it's going to be okay.
Hello YouTubers, Alaska Prepper here. Well, as you saw during the beginning of this video, that was a clip from a farmer who's telling the American people, listen, the price of food is going to continue to go up, and not by 1 or 2% like Jerome Powell has targeted, right? 2% inflation. By the way, let me take a little caveat off of that. When the Federal Reserve chairman tells you that, yes, we're targeting 2% inflation, what they're telling you is that, yes, instead of stealing from you 8.5%, 10%, 15%, 20% of your labor, of the work that you do, instead of stealing that from you, we only want to steal 2% on top of all the taxes you already pay. Anyways, I digress. So ladies and gentlemen, what have we been talking about here for a while now? Input costs. And that's exactly what this farmer's talking about. She's talking about input costs. Do you think that you're going to escape inflation in the price of goods when farmers themselves have to pay 200, 300, 400% more than what they were paying for in the past? And this is not the only example. There are so many other examples. We're going to go over one more after this one. We are barely making it, she says, explaining to America why it is that food prices are going to go up, and they're going to continue to go up, ladies and gentlemen, for the foreseeable future. This is not a 1 month, 2 month, 1 year thing. Right? Trust me when I tell you this. Last week, we noted how U.S. farmer sentiment plummeted in May as producers have become anxious about their financial health. According to the monthly survey by Purdue University, the rapid rise in production costs and uncertainty regarding the direction of input prices have been important contributors to the drop of sentiment. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to understand that most of the farms in the United States of America, most of them are still family owned. They're still small farms. If we lose the 2+ million small farms that we have, we will be at the behest of the large corporate farms. All right, so things are bad enough as they are now, but imagine if we lost even more small farmers. We would be at the behest of the large corporations. About 44% of farmers, according to the monthly survey, cited input costs are their biggest concern for the coming year. And I actually have a video coming out later on this afternoon about a conversation that I have with you all. I caught myself thinking out loud while I was working on a project outside, but I'll leave it at that. It's just a way of me to try to explain even further to those that still have not awoken what it is that they're going to have to look at in order to finally wake up. I'm trying to wake up as many people as possible, ladies and gentlemen. It's important that the American people, the people of the world, really wake up, because many people are going to go without. And if you are in the know now, if you understand now what's coming down the road, if you think this is the worst, if you think that we're at the worst right now, well, I mean, you're setting yourself up for failure, all right? They continue to say here, in fact, 60% of farmers predict farm input prices to be at least 30% higher this year compared to 2021. If they're saying that input prices are going to be at least 30% higher this year, all right, in 2022, what do you think that means for next year's prices? It's a simple calculation. To that end, Ohio farmer Holly Willenue took to TikTok. I guess this lady here is Holly. Took to TikTok 2 weeks ago in a now viral video to explain how farmers are suffering under inflated input costs. which is going to send the price of food much higher than it is right now. And that's not considering the scarcity that we will have in food when they realize later on in the early fall that we haven't had a harvest such as what is being predicted as a good harvest by the USDA. See, the USDA always puts out good numbers. Why is that? Because it screws the farmers over. When the USDA puts out unrealistic numbers, oh yeah, we're going to have the crop of the year this year. What happens to the future contracts that the farmers have to sign and sell their grain or whatever it is that they're growing? Because they sell it ahead of time. They sign a contract and say, yep, I'm going to sell you 1 ear of corn for 10 cents. Right? But if their input costs between the time that they sign their contract to the time that they harvest that ear of corn, if their input costs go up, the contract's already been signed. So they're out of luck. There are things that we have to buy, she says. There's something we have to buy that 2 years ago, listen to this, cost $24 and now costs $96. That is a 400% increase over its original price, or if you want to say, you can say a 300% increase over the initial price. Right? So 300% more on top of the initial price, or 400% altogether. And she finishes off here by saying, please understand that food prices are going to go up. This is coming from a farmer, ladies and gentlemen. This is coming from someone that does this. She continues, you want to act like it's a farmer's fault. It is not a farmer's fault, and I agree 100%. We are barely making it to grow the stuff so you guys are able to get it in August, September, and October. God bless our farmers. I'll tell you that much right now. And here's another one, ladies and gentlemen. We are teetering on the edge. Food shortage worries mount as PA farms crushed by record diesel prices. Input costs. That is the word that is going to crush farmers, is input costs. Forget about the weather. Forget about natural disasters. Input costs are going to crush farmers. I understand that we are losing a lot of head of cattle here due to the heat. But in my opinion, those 10,000 or so head of cattle that have been lost due to the heat is nothing in comparison to the costs that farmers have to dish out now or dole out now compared to a couple of years ago. So prepare, ladies and gentlemen. That's all that you can do. Prepare, support your local farmer. If you're lucky enough to have a farm nearby, go and buy your stuff from them directly. That way you can have that relationship with them when everything goes down, because they're going to continue to grow food. They have the knowledge. And even if they have to scale it down to grow enough for themselves and maybe some people around their community, with the community support, you can support each other. So find your local farmers, ranchers, and start getting to know them and building relationships with them so that when it does go down, you can have a way to trade for those goods and nutrition that you need. Having said that, thank you very much for joining in. I have a video that I'm putting up later on today that I'm guessing I'm going to get a lot of flack for. We had a community member write in to me and asked me, I have $100,000. I got nothing to do with it. What should I do? So I was like, really? That is an awesome problem to have. So instead of just emailing her back, I was like, you know what? Let me do a video, because I really, really hope that a whole bunch of you out there have that same problem. I wish I did. So that'll be coming out later on today, and then later on tonight, I do have a video that is going to share with those of you, hopefully, that still haven't seen the light, why it is that you really need to prepare and what it is that you may not be looking at. Trying to look at things in different ways. That way I can reach different people. All right, ladies and gentlemen, have a great day today. Enjoy yourselves. Today is a beautiful day outside. I'll be outside working on my projects again, and I will talk to you later on. God bless you all.